What's going on, guys? Wyatt with Coastal Bassin. I'm here with our April 2017 fishing report for Inshore. Now, Inshore, I always like to start off with Flounder. Your big flounder, thanks to the cold snap that we had a few weeks back, they're not pushed back into the creeks. They're still going to be out in the main channels. They're still going to be out in a little bit deeper water, but still a lot of them are going to be inside the creeks. Now, a really good way to catch those is dragging a Carolina rig with a mud minnow around. One of my personal favorite ways is actually a form of drop shot. Just like this, you got your drop shot tied up. Your hook is actually above the weight. And last thing, at the very bottom, you have a split shot with a free sliding weight. So what that's going to actually do for you is as you're dragging your drop shot along, your mud minnow is riding above the bottom, so he's not dragging face down in the dirt, and your weight is dragging behind, so it's kicking up mud and things like that. It's getting Flounder's attention. But the main thing is what that split shot does. If you happen to go across a bad oyster bed or anything like that, and you get hung up, what's going to happen is that split shot is going to pop right off, and your bait's going to come right out. You're not going to lose the entire rig, you're just going to lose the weights. So it's a good little saving tip for you to save some mud minnows, save some hooks. Might lose some weights, but then at least you know where some of the oyster beds are. Another thing that's going to work really well out there is a bucktail, just a bucktail jig. This one's probably 3/4 of an ounce, with a little strip of squid, a little strip of soft plastics. You want to put something white on there so that it flutters and gets the flounder's attention. The main thing to this is stick to the main river channels. You don't want to get too far. You don't want to get really shallow. 4 to 6 feet of water is where they're going to be hanging out right now until it warms up a little bit more. So that's really what you want to be concentrating on. There's going to be a lot of guys this time of year catching 20, 30 flounder a day. Just catching a whole bunch of them because they're congregated right now in the deeper channels, waiting for it to warm up just a little bit more. And the next thing is going to be redfish. So since it's warming up, the redfish are stopped schooling. They're going to start spreading out a lot more. You're going to start catching them on a lot of peeler crabs, things like that. They really like the crab imitations, crab smelling things this time of year. I've actually caught some here recently on the Savage Gear shrimp, just bouncing it along the bottom, trying to give it a good little shrimp imitation, giving it something to chase after. You know, I've been catching a few of them on the Savage Gear shrimp, just bouncing it along some of the right there at the mouths where the main creek channel meets some of the feeder creeks. They're going to be sitting there waiting for shrimp and crabs and things to be going in and out of those little ditches. And a big thing with redfish is smell. You always want to put some kind of scent on the bait. There's a lot of different kinds that you can get out there, gel type. You can get the gulp spray and things like that. Redfish really are keen and tuned in to smell. They don't have the greatest eyesight in the world, so they really rely on their sense of smell. If you've got an artificial, I always try and spray it down with some kind of shrimp smell or some kind of crab smell or mullet smell, just to give them something a little bit extra to come after and chase. It seems to work. It might just be a confidence thing, but I like to use that whenever I can. All right, that's about it, guys, for the Inshore. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions for us, leave them in the comments below, and stay tuned for our next update.